Hey, hey, hey. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Ron, aka Ron the Artist, coming to you live. And welcome to Ron's Recap. I'm here today to recap and review the TV show RuPaul's Drag Race, the season finale. Season 14, episode 16, titled Grand Finale. This grand finale, it was a decent one. It was a decent one. I'm glad that the live shows are back, or at least the finale grand festival or whatever is back in this format. I guess the format I'm not so fond of. Well, at least the format of tonight's one, because usually they would have the girls lip sync against each other all throughout the finale when there's a live one or like an audience, but they did something different this time where they had each girl lip sync. Each girl lip sync to their own original song or whatever, and then narrowed it down from there. And I was like, okay. I didn't necessarily like that. They eliminated 3 off rip and went to the final 2, the top 2. But all right, let's get into the episode. Let's get into the episode because again, it was pretty decent. The finale, live from Flamingo, Las Vegas. And again, like I said, I was so happy to see the live finale back. You know, the Queen's final looks, their finale looks were stunning. From June Jambalaya, Alyssa Hunter, Carrie Colby, Giving Goddess, inspired by the Thanos look. Loved it. To Georges, to Angeria, looking very expensive and heavy, I may add. To Diabetes, in her lavender-colored shiny bodysuit with feathers and a hat, and all of them were just breathtaking. Diabetes really showed up. She really showed up for me in this episode, too. She really showed up for me. She really stepped more outside of the box, and we really got to see more about who Diabetes is, and I'm happy that we got to see that. So, without many spoilers, again, let's get back to it. Of course, RuPaul came through looking lovely as well in this shiny little long dress with like black gloves and big poofy hair. Okay, so in the midst of RuPaul giving announcements, welcoming everybody, and this is the grand finale announcement, XYZ. Michelle Visage, she came through and gave a little cameo on stage, giving Ru the key to Las Vegas, which was so cute, the way she brought it in. And she also introduced the award of RuPaul Day, which is April 22nd. Dope. I always like that when artists or famous people get a key to a city and they get their own holiday. Like, I would love my own holiday. That would probably maybe be on my birthday if could be. But I would love my own holiday. That is so dope. But then when you get your own holiday, I feel like there's a lot of expectations. Like, what do you do on that holiday? You know? So, yeah. But Ru got it for Las Vegas. Ru obviously does a lot of work in Las Vegas with RuPaul's Drag Race live. And probably brings a lot of money into Las Vegas, let alone that damn whichever venue that he's partnered with or whatever. And, yeah, go Ru. So the official show started with the lip syncs with the one and only Angeria, Paris Van Michaels. Love my girl. Team Angie. Sidebar. Angeria is cute outside of drag. With them brown/hazel colored eyes. Real cute outside of drag. Like, a little dorky, but cute. I just wanted to throw that out there. She performed her song titled My Track Record. The performance was cute and entertaining. Her biological parents came through to support her happily and just there lovingly to be there. The King of Kindergarten. The King of Kindergarten, as they called her. Or Ru, coined the term. Well, Ru coined the term King of Kindergarten. Like, cute. Angeria, honestly, with her performance, I felt it could have came a little harder. I love Injuria, but I did feel like the performance could have came out just a bit harder. Just a bit more harder. The next person that was up to lip sync was Bosco. Again, eyebrows. Love, love, love. Love since day one. She performed her song Devil. And another thing too about these lip syncs, the voice that was used for these lip syncs. I don't know whose voice that was actually sung on these songs that are for these girls and that are like given to these girls that they're performing, but that threw me off a little bit. But okay, back to this. Her song was called Devil, literally giving the illusion of the devil in pretty white wings and used effectively and gracefully for her revealed outfit with a monster-like monster teeth all going all down her body with a corset bodysuit like, and boots. She also gave a burlesque feel and vibe in her performance. Of course, we know Bosco. She's going to get burlesque. Typical. But lovely. You know, the people that showed up for her in the audience, Lucy Lips, her drag friend, and her boyfriend. You know, they were there supporting her. And her boyfriend said their relationship in 3 words is never boring. And that's a huge compliment, I feel like. Because it is difficult to keep a relationship, you know, entertaining and going. I haven't been in one in a while, but from observation, you know, they get boring sometimes. You got to figure ways to spice it up. And clearly, on her boyfriend, they don't have an issue with that. Whether that's good or bad, it's spicy, and kudos to Bosco. So the next performance, Diabetes. You better be ready. I always think about that. Like when I hear her name, Diabetes, like, you know, her entrance logo or slogan, I guess. You better be ready. It's catchy and memorable, actually. She performed her song called Fifter or Fifter. I don't know, Fighter. That's what it was. Fighter. Her performance was so unique, you know, giving the illusion of a caterpillar or a beetle coming out of a cocoon from a web. It gave the illusion a little bit like, well, I wouldn't say illusion, but it reminded me of last season with Utica Queen Utica, her performance. Like, you remember in the finale, her performance where she like had a bunch of ropes and like strings tied and she like cut them open. It kind of gave that look a little bit, but just a bunch of like cobwebs that Dia kind of climbed through, and she had a nice little beetle / cocoon outfit on that was very stellar, very well put together. Again, unique. And it was she had a decent dance number too. She had a decent dance number she did. In the audience, she had her boyfriend and the other member of the House of Method member, Lux, there for support. I was kind of bummed that Crystal Method, she wasn't there. I was kind of bummed at that. Like, it would have been nice to see Crystal Method there. I saw Gigi Good. She was on the red carpet, and I saw Jada Hall. So why was not Crystal Method at the freaking finale? Girl, your name was brought up at least a good 30, 40 times this season in reference to Diabetes. Crystal Method could have at least came to show support. You know, she probably was booked or something, you know, had other obligations, but I would have loved to see Crystal Method there to support her. You know, that would have been dope. So again, I was a little bummed about that, but again, kudos to Diabetes. Diabetes, she stepped it up. Like, I loved her entry look with the lavender colored wings and boots and corset, the makeup, everything was 10. The performance, 10. Like, she stepped it up. She did not come to play. She did not come to play. The next lip sync, the 4th lip sync was Lady Camden, the English ballerina, performing her song, I Fell Down, I Got Up. She literally gave us the ballerina throughout her performance. I don't know. There's this little disconnect. Like, her giving this ballerina with heels on. Like, she's done it a few times where she's, performing as a ballerina, but it has heels on. And I'm like, that throws me off a little bit because I know that that's incorrect. You would never see a freaking ballerina with heels on. If you're going to do it right. Do it with, what do they say? Points is what they're called. But it was a good performance, though. She also gave, tribute to her roots, her British roots, with the British flag, all that good stuff. And she had an outfit reveal with Freddie Mercury or Teddy Mercury, Freddie Mercury, Freddie Mercury. She had her birth mom and her drag mom there for her support in the audience. Her birth mom came from the UK to witness the moment, and I found that so lovely. Like, your birth mom came all the way from the UK to come and see that, and that's dope. Like, I'm sure Lady Kim, they wouldn't have wanted it any other way. And her drag mom rooting for her hard, wanting her to bring the crown back home to the Bay Area. So, the moms was in the building. Lastly, Willow Pill performing her song, I Hate People. Off rip, the title of the song was so unique. She had a unique reveal in the performance as well, with like a big headpiece that covered 2 heads on each shoulder of her face, with the head also in between her legs. She said one was a Ross, one was Carson, and the one between her legs was a Michelle Visage. Like, oh my God, that was hilarious. That was hilarious. Again, unique and very Willow Pill-like. Very, very, very unique. She had her mother and sister there in the audience in full support of her, and that was good. I'm happy to see that. At the end, Willow described her drag as mental illness plus rhinestones. I was like, okay, mental illness plus rhinestones. If I've got to be all the way honest, I didn't really care for her lip sync. I did like her reveals, though, and her outfit that she had on and how she, played all that out, but her lip sync was not all that, in my opinion. So, after that, there was a performance from the RuPaul's Drag Race Live Girls, starring Jada Essence Hall, Cameron Michaels, Trinity K. Bonet, Kahana Montrese, Derek Barry, and Naomi Smalls. They performed a song titled called Losing is the New Winning. Not really. I don't agree with the title, but okay. Losing is the new winning. Yeah, winning isn't everything, but let's not call losing winning. With Jada Essence Hall, she kicked it off. And then came in Cameron Michaels and Trinity K. Bonet dancing it down next. Then you had Kahana Montrese and Naomi coming through, embodying sexy all the way. Like, especially Naomi Campbell. I mean, I said Naomi Campbell, Naomi Smalls. She be giving Naomi Campbell, like, legs for days. Legs was shiny and just long. Like, Naomi Smalls still got that model-esque in her. Sidebar. Kahana Montrese, for her only to be featured in one episode, it was the first queen eliminated in her season, I gotta applaud her for, making it to Drag Race Live. Probably with the help of Coco Montrese. But for the fact that she's made it to Drag Race Live and she is irregular, and the stuff that I be seeing, the cameos and the moments and the footage from it, she be doing the damn thing. Like, giving sexy and bodying sexy. Victoria's Secret wings, all of that, and just giving sexy. And kudos to Kahana Montrese, because, again, there wasn't much of her season that was broadcasted. So the fact that she was able to come through and still, flourish outside of that, that's dope. That's dope. You got Vanjie also on Drag Race Live. I wonder why she wasn't in this doggone performance and why she wasn't at this finale, but Vanjie's different. Vanjie had way more presence, and she came back for another season and showed even more presence. But again, just kudos to Kahana Montrese. Kudos to Kahana Montrese. I like to see her back for All-Star season or something of the sort. Bring Kahana Montrese back because we need to see more of her and what she can actually do in drag outside of Drag Race Live. I want to see it. She deserves more of a moment. She deserves more shine. But after all that, the performance ended with the other eliminated queens of season 14 closing it out gracefully. The next situation was a tribute to Hot Chocolate, the #1 Tina Turner impersonator, as Ru called her. You know, ultimately, I'm glad that Ru is giving legendary / iconic queens their flowers on this finale. Please keep that going, because I feel like that is very important to the drag community. Like, drag 30 years ago is probably nowhere to what it is now. So I feel like we need to know and be schooled and taught about these older drag queens and who paved the way. Drag Race is on TV. I feel like that is a nice way to introduce us to drag, and it has done a good job of that. Therefore, we need to start seeing more or hearing more about the originals or the OGs of drag. So her giving Hot Chocolate a tribute, I really like that. I really like that. Again, she called her the #1 Tina Turner impersonator. I like it. And again, I just feel like we need to keep that up. RuPaul, if you're watching this, please keep that up. Every grand finale, give a tribute. Or throughout seasons or whatever, throughout the season of each show, give a tribute or something of the sort. Like, where we're showing gratitude and we're being educated on the OG drag queens that help pave the way for these newer queens. I feel like that is very important. So I'm glad Ru grasped that. I like to see more of that on seasons to come. I really would. Okay, so after that, it was then time for Ru to bring out the final 5 to eliminate 3 queens, making it to the top 2, which resulted into Lady Camden and Willow Pill to lip sync for the crown. And honestly, I was not too happy about that. I'm not even going to lie. Even though I have love for both of the top 2 queens, especially Lady Camden, I wasn't expecting that to go that way. I'm like, usually they have the queens all lip sync against each other and then make their moves, and they individually lip synced and to their own songs, and Ru decided on the top 2. I feel like it should have been at least a top 3. And again, honestly, I wasn't expecting that. I was not expecting that. And the top 2 again resulted into Lady Camden versus Willow Pill. After that, commercial break or whatever else, in came in the Ebony Enchantress, aka Simone, from season 13, the winner of season 13. She gave us intel on her year of holding the crown, the Drag Race crown, and how that's been going for her. You know, she said she got invited to the Met Gala. She did late night talk show hosted by RuPaul, and it's just, I'm sure it's been dope for her. I don't want to give spoilers, but I will say the person that won, I don't see them being as super engaging with events like that, as super social like. We'll see. That could change, but we'll see. Ultimately, Simone eventually summoned Lala Ree, former Miss Congeniality, who looked stunning, by the way. Giving goddess, long hair, body oiled all the way up. She looked expensive and nice. I guess having a Miss Congeniality crown has done her some justice. It's done her some justice. And honestly, I still feel like Lala Ree didn't deserve that Miss Congeniality title. You know, people was trying to comfort me last season when I was like in awe and stunned that she won that Miss Congeniality crown. Because I'm like, I never, ever thought Congeniality when I thought about Lala Ree. I thought about Congeniality from Tamisha Iman, minus that fight with Candy Muse, Olivia Lux, all the way through, and Utica Queen as a bonus for Congeniality. But Lala Ree, it didn't give me Congeniality at all. But hey, she got it. She did her damn thing with it. She clearly has benefited from it, and kudos to her. But Lala Ree, once she was summoned, she eventually crowned the new Miss Congeniality, which was Cornbread Jate. My girl Cornbread, which I knew she was going to win it, and it was very deserving. It was very deserving. So congrats, Cornbread. Like, she won $10,000 from winning that Miss Congeniality crown. And I'm like, no wonder why she cannot compete on season 15. Because she won the Miss Congeniality crown. That probably disqualifies her from competing on season 15 because she won the Miss Congeniality crown on season 14. It's crazy the impact that she made within 3 to 5 episodes that she was in. Amazing. Stunning. Girl was not there for long. And she had to leave due to medical issues. But we all know that Cornbread was going to make it to that finale. Cornbread probably could have took that fucking crown home. But for whatever reason, it didn't work out. She probably, I don't know. But I did think she deserved that Miss Congeniality crown. Definitely. I want to see more of Cornbread. We need to see her back on the All-Star season. Like, I feel like her run was so short. It was. And even though I feel like she deserved the Miss Congeniality crown, I feel like we need to see more of her some way, somehow. She is the queen, first in history, I guess, that had an injury that would not be coming back for another season, like on a regular season. Let alone, she was only there for like 3 to 5 episodes again. So, I'd like to see more of her at some point. I guess the only other option will be All-Stars at some point. I'd like to see it. And she didn't quite was able to finish her own season, so that would be interesting to see how her drag has evolved and the route she's going to be going with the All-Star season. Another sidebar. I also seen her say in an interview that she's going to be taking a little break from drag to work on her transition. When I first seen that on the title, it was just saying like, Cornbread going to quit drag. And I was like, what? So I clicked on the article. She's going to be taking a break from drag after clearing out all of her dates, all of her tour dates. And she's going to work on transition. Respect it. She gets nothing but respect for that. But don't take too long, girl. Don't take too long. Work on your transition, but do not take too long because you still got this Miss Congeniality crown. You got work to do and you got expectations. You got things to do. We want to see Cornbread. Cornbread, if you're watching this, we want to see more of you. So again, congratulations, Cornbread. Well deserved, well deserved. My girl, Cornbread. I'm glad she was able to get a crown. So after that, lastly, finally, it was time for the final showdown of season 14, the lip sync between Lady Camden and Willow Pill. Right before it started, Ru announced that the winner of tonight will not win $100,000 as been promised for the last handful of seasons anymore. It's now $150,000 with the runner-up winning $50,000. And I'm like, okay, budget is getting bigger now. That $150,000, even $100,000 can probably change somebody's life. If they're doing the right thing with that money can really change somebody's life. You can do damage with that. Buy you a house, start you a successful business, whatever, and just really do damage with it. And I just hope that people are doing the right thing with their money and changing their lives with that. On top of them still being a famous drag queen, which just, I feel like you're rich at that point. You have becoming... You're on a way to being rich. I feel like a lot of these drag queens that I'm going to Drag Race are rich now. Definitely. Some of them are rich. They got money now. Versus when they first got on the show. Like Monet Exchange, Bob the Drag Queen. Like Gottmik. Just where it just took off. They face and name is known outside of like just Drag Race. Even though they're known from Drag Race, they're doing a lot of other things, we're booked and busy pretty much. So the girls be rich. And starting with, if you're going to win that doggone title, do that and do some damage with it. Change your life, Okay, so back to this situation. When a performance came, they performed to Gimme, Gimme, Gimme by Cher. And honestly, at the beginning of the performance, it was very meh. It was very meh. It wasn't until the reveals on both ends where things started to kick up, where they both had multiple reveals. Lady Camden had 2, and Willow Pill had 3. There was a moment where I saw Lady Camden's wig got stuck as she revealed a red wig underneath that black wig she had. Got stuck and she had to pull it off a little bit, but she was able to pull it off quickly. I noticed the camera also went over to Willow Pill when she was pulling it off. Y'all ain't slick, Drag Race. Y'all are not slick. Y'all stuck for a second, but she made a shake. She recovered from it. They both ended up lip sync strong after the reveals. Ultimately, it resulted into Willow Pill being crowned. And I was just like, Honestly, I didn't see that one coming, but, congratulations, Willow Pill. Definitely I want to give Willow Pill congratulations because she did do her thing this season. But I feel like it was others that had a little bit more it factor, such as my girl Angeria. Hell, Bosco probably had a little bit more it factor too. Lady Camden as well. I talked about that in my last vlog. I felt like Lady Camden would get that over Willow Pill. Willow Pill was 1 out of 4 that I thought would get it, and she was the one least that I thought would get it. Team Angeria was key for me. I said Camden, Bosco, and then Willow. My first and third pick didn't even make it to the doggone top 2. So at that point, I'm like, come on, Lady Camden, bring this home. If you be the first British with the U.S. crown, let's see it shake. She didn't do it, and I'm like, oh. And again, I just thought, I feel like that, as much as I hate to say it, that top 2 was, I love Lady Camden, don't get it wrong, but I didn't feel like they performances individually, their lip syncs that led to the top 2 were the best of the 5. Honestly, Diabetes had a nice performance. Dope performance. I would say Diabetes, Lady Camden, and maybe Bosco were the best lip syncers of the top, the best lip syncers from this tonight's, situation. Their performances. Don't eat me up for that, y'all. These are just my thoughts. These are my opinions. These are just my thoughts, but I was a little taken back from that. I'm not mad at Willow Pill winning because she has a message and a story behind her and all of that. She's a good drag queen, but I didn't think she was the strongest drag queen of the season. I definitely do not agree to that. But again, congratulations, Willow Pill. Congratulations. The last thing I want to say, if I'm being honest, it was an okay season. Just okay. It was a lot of ups and downs and turns and twists, which one moment it was entertaining, the next moment it wasn't so entertaining, the next moment it was, the next moment it wasn't so entertaining. And I'm just like, yeah. But for the most part, it was okay. It was an okay season. I'm glad it's over because it lasted way too long, but it was an okay season. So, kudos to season 14. If I like this, I'm just thinking who I want to see back for All-Stars out of this season. Angeria, of course. Probably Bosco. Lady Camden. Cornbread. Alyssa Hunter. Carrie Colby. Yeah. So again, I'm going to run that back. Who I'd like to see back for a potential season of All-Stars. Lady Camden. Bosco, Ingeria, Cornbread, Alyssa Hunter, and Carrie Colby. Please, I'd like to see them again at some point. Definitely, I'd like to see them all again at some point. Alyssa Hunter, her time was cut short way. It was cut way too short. Also, I wouldn't mind seeing Maddie Morphosis again as well. It might not. She was the first to come through and do her thing of her kind, and it might just say, yeah, we don't need to keep seeing that. I don't know. We'll see. But I wouldn't mind seeing her come back again. I wouldn't mind seeing more straight drag queens on the show. There was a lot of first situations in the season, as they said. There was a lot of first situations in the season, even though the season was okay. But there was a lot of first situations. So again, I give the season a 6.5 out of 10. So until we meet again, I will probably review and blog on All-Stars All-Winner Season, RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars All-Winner Season. We shall see. But be on the lookout for me on that one. So until we meet again, guys, peace.